Hey guys, so follow my step-by-step everyday makeup look, but then afterwards I'm going to show you 5 extra products and I'm going to show you one at each time just to how different you can look with one extra product on your face. So if you want to find out, just keep watching. So guys, I'm just going to pop on my everyday look to start us off using my Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. So popping this all over my eyelids and it helps to neutralise any sort of redness from veins, and it also helps to hold your eyeshadow on all day. So I'm just going to show you a set of brushes that I'm going to use today, and I'm not going to use any others apart from these. So they're just in a packet, they come all as one, and I'm going to use every brush and I'll show you how to do things without going overboard on brushes. So I'm just blending that all in. Make sure you evenly spread it throughout your whole eyelid up to your brow. And I'm going in with my Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow palette. This is Pillow Talk, and I'm just going to take the lightest colour there. It's a tad of a shimmer. It's not a sparkle, it's just a shimmer, so it will open out the eye. So I'm just using that in the inner corner up to the sort of middle of the eyelid. And I'm just brushing that on with the same brush I just used for the primer. And on the outside, I'm just going to use a tiny bit more of that peachy tone, so a tiny bit warmer. I'm just creating a nice warmth to the eyes, very natural look, nothing too much for today. Because as we add more products, you'll see how much this changes your look. And I'm just going to mimic that on the other side as well. So straight all over the eyelid and the warmth on the outside, just on that crease. And I'm going to pump my lashes with some lash curlers. So pop your lashes in, give them a couple of pumps and really boost them up. So I've never used this mascara before. It's called Legendary Lashes from Charlotte Tilbury. I got a little freebie through when I did my order with them, so I thought I'd give it a go. So coat one side of your lashes and then go and apply it to your next side. And by the time you come back to the first side, it would have got tacky, so it will really build up the mascara volume for you. And then adding a tiny bit to my bottom lashes as well, and I'm just going to clean it up with a tiny bit of makeup remover. So I'm just using a cotton bud with some micellar water, and I'm just going to go underneath and take anything that's fallen down and also create a really nice clean line just by where that eyeshadow is on the outside corner of the eye. So if it's gone a tiny bit further over, you can just clean it out nicely. And I'm going to go with my Smashbox primer Photofinish. Popped a little bit on the back of my hand, and using the foundation brush, I'm going to start off by using it around my nose, so you get all in that T-zone, down on the chin and the forehead as well. And it just gives a really, really nice silky finish. It's like a velvet feel. And I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. It's more like a tinted moisturiser than a foundation. I like to keep it really natural for like a daytime look. So just pop a little bit of excess all around the face, and then I'm going to use the same brush I used for the primer, and I'm just going to evenly spread it all around the face, leaving the under eye clear. So when you do a foundation or a tinted moisturiser, anything like that with a foundation brush, you always want to make sure you're going downwards, so the little micro hairs on the face always end up down rather than poking up. I'm just going to go in with my Magic Way concealer by Charlotte Tilbury as well. So just twisting it will just create the product to come up, and I'm going to pop a tiny bit underneath my eyes and make sure you get into the inner corner of the bridge of the nose as well, because we get a little bit dark in those areas. And I'm going to go to my next brush, which is a tiny bit bigger than the eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to buff in that concealer. You don't want anything too heavy underneath the eyes, especially if you have any fine lines, because this will sit in them. So something really light is really, really nice, and a light fluffy brush will really help with this. So just buffing it all round and just going around my nose, any of those sort of darker spots. We're going to set it all in place, and I love, love, love this product. It's my Laura Mercier setting powder, so it's loose and translucent, loads of excess, so make sure you really give it a good tap to take it all off. And then you're going to start by going over the forehead, so down that T-zone, and then under the eyes a little bit and on the chin. You don't really need this on the cheeks because we want to keep them more hydrated, and we're going to put bronzer on there as well. So using my Charlotte Tilbury, this is the Filmstar Bronze and Glow. So we're going to go in with a sculpt first. I'm going to use the biggest brush that was in that packet. a little bit on the cheekbones, so starting off by the top of the ear, coming down towards the lips. And we're going to mainly do this to enhance those cheekbones. So get most of the product on there, and then you can use it down on the jawline and the neck, and then in the temples. So getting most of that product there, and in those temples, and down on that neck and the jawline. This just really brings back the colour to the skin. I'm going to use the same brush we used for the concealer, and we're going to use the highlight. So a tiny bit on the brush, and you're just going to dust it above that bronzer and below that eyebrow bone. Tiny bit on the cupid's bow and the bridge of the nose as well. Now using my Wunderbrow. I haven't used this product in ages, and I found it in my drawer and I was like, oh my god, I need to use this again because I loved it. So popping the excess over the brow, and I'm going to use a clean mascara wand, and I'm just going to dust it through on top of my brows. And I've done a tiny bit more on the outside of my brow because I don't have as much sort of hair there, so it's a little bit more naked. So really give it a good push through, and then you can just dust it over and push those brows in place. And to finish my natural day makeup, I'm just going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip gloss. It's just really nice and natural. Right, let's start adding some products. So how does my eyes change when I use a liquid eyeliner? So I'm using my Kiko liner. I actually haven't tried this one yet, so I was keen to give it a go. So I start off really thin on the inside corner of my lid towards the nose, and I get thicker as I go out to the outside. And I use the actual corner and tapered edge of the nib to create that flick. And if you want a really clean, sharp edge, when you're pressing the product on the skin, get lighter with your hand as you flick off, and it will create that nice clean shape for you. So mimic it the other side, and voila, you're done. Have a sip of tea. I'm going to show you look 2. So look 3, add in a stronger lip. So I'm just going to remove what I've got on, that Charlotte Tilbury lip gloss. And I'm going to put a tiny bit of foundation on my lips just to even out the coverage from where I've just rubbed them in the red. And I'm going to start with my MAC Soar lip liner. So I'm going to start off by using this lip liner just around the outside line of my lips, and then I'm going to colour it all in. And using my MAC lipstick called Mehr, I'm just going to pop this all over my lips. So that is the lighter copper side, and then you've got the purple side, although this is super tough to undo, as you can see. And when I finally did it, it broke, which I was sad, but there's a cure. So have a little sharpen, and then voila. So using the dark side first, so using that purple right underneath my eyes, so really into those lashes, and then go into that copper side and bringing that more towards the inner corner. So you really want to keep the inside brighter than the outside, just to really open out the eyes still. And using that brush that I used for the eyeshadow, I just blended the whole thing out. These products do dry quickly, so you want to do one eye at a time. So that's my look 4. So add a blusher to my 5th look. My Sleep palette, my god, it's bright. Well, I'm going to use like the stronger colour, which almost looks like a coral red. And I'm just going to dust it over my cheekbones. It's very, very high pigmented, so you don't need a lot of this. And I'm just going to pop a tiny bit of the apples up towards the bronzer. And then I'm going to get my foundation brush with whatever's left on it, and I'm just going to dust it over the top just to soften the edges, because this is quite a strong colour. So adding that one product has made a massive impact to my look. So my 6th look is adding a dark lip. So just remove what we've got on with that micellar water again, a little bit of foundation just to even the actual lip skin tone out again, and then we're going to go straight in with the lip liner. So I'm using a colour called Brick from MAC, and I'm literally just going to pop it all over my lip line like I did before, and then I'm going to fill my lips in with it. This just helps to hold your lippy in place, especially if you wear a stronger one all day, and also you create a really nice sharp edge, especially if you've got a dark lip on it. And once you're happy with the lip liner, let's put the lippy over the top. What do you guys think? Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and hit that bell. It will alert you when any of my new videos come out. Leave me a comment if you have anything that you guys want to know or say. I will leave all the products in the description below, but I hope it showed you guys how one product can make a huge difference to how you look. So hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.